What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to take a look at the Studio Series 86 Junkheap. So this was sent to me by Mr. G. Tony. It's kind of a placeholder right now. I'm waiting for some cool stuff to come in. But in the meantime, we'll take a look at this guy. We did look at the Studio Series 86 Rekgar. Now we're going to look at Junkheap. I don't have Rekgar with me, but I'll put up an image later. But it does come with these two wheels in the box. So first thing you want to do is just take those and stick those on the legs. I don't think the direction matters. You can just put them on there. And now he's ready to rock and roll. You also get his little axe thing here. It does spin there. And you can put that in his hand. And the gun is kind of pre-installed. This is part of his arm here, part of this panel. But let's take a look at this guy. He's got some nice paint on him. So painted face and goggles. Red up here. You got blue up here. It's chipping just a little bit right there. Got some brown paint here. Some beige or white paint here. Red on the center there. Coming down, the legs are all plastic colored plastic. Got the gold paint here, gold accent here, and then red up here for the spikes. Coming to the side, you have a red stripe, and then this is red plastic. So pretty good on the paint. Here's the back. Very, very clean. Got a little bit of excess. We'll look at that in vehicle mode, but some brown paint here. All in all, nice looking version of Junkheap. We'll set this aside. Let's take a look at its articulation. So the head is on a ball joint, so it gets up to there. Pretty far up, down to there. Rotates around. Not really any side to side. You can move these ears back and forth, just do the transformation. But they look best forward. You can rotate here on this joint and go up to there. It has that piece here that covers the joint, so I like that. It looks nice. And rotates all the way around, so that looks good. Rotation at the bicep. Single joint elbow gets you 90 degrees. Rotation at the wrist and no finger movement, but you can move this up and down, just do the transformation. You have a waist rotation all the way around. You have an ab crunch here. Works pretty nicely. You have hip skirts here, which are also double as the saddlebags in the vehicle mode. Legs go up to there, back to there. Up to the side on a ratchet. I don't know why they did this. I can't remember if they did this on Rekgar, but the first ratchet tooth is too far out. So you end up really wide. It's either straight or like slightly in or really wide. So I'm not a big fan of that. But rotation at the thigh, but it's on this mushroom peg that likes to pop off. So don't like that. You have a knee 90 degree bend, basically actually a little short of 90 degrees. You have an ankle tilt here and pivot back and forth on that joint. So there you go for articulation. And you of course get one more accessory here, and that is the background, the cardboard piece, which is the Junkion planet here. You know, where they did the Junkion dance parties, what they call it on the box anyway. It does look good with him. I don't know. I never use these cardboard pieces, but if you are using it, it is a good looking one. You can have the Junkion planet there. And for a quick size comparison, there he is next to the Earthrise Optimus Prime. Obviously same size as Rekgar was. Looks pretty good. I mean, he is a Voyager class, so Optimus also, even though he's a leader, he's a Voyager class as well. So fits in with the existing scale for War for Cybertron and also for the Studio Series. Alright, now let's get this guy transformed into his motorcycle mode. Before we do that, I just want to mention you can take this weapon and store it here on his back. So if you didn't want him holding it, he can store it back there. Alright, we'll go ahead and take that off. We'll take the wheels off, both sides, and just set those aside for now. And we can take the upper body first, so we'll take the chest. That's going to unpeg from the two arms, those two tabs right there. Open this up, and I'm going to extend this out. Come to here, fold the arms outwards, fold out the nose of the bike, and that can go basically all the way horizontal, you know, as far as it go, and then lift this glass upwards. We're going to take the chest piece here. This is going to fold back to make the seat. And this is going to fold straight, so that's going to end up the seat on the back. Now you can take this piece. These horns are going to fold backwards. They are rubbery, so they will flex a little bit, and that's because you need to get them into here. So this is going to bend upwards like that. That's going to make the bottom of the motorcycle. And this is going to fit through here. These ears do have to make their way through, but this is where I think there's a potential for scraping the paint. So you want to be careful there, but I don't like how that works, but it really is no way around it. All right, so get the chest kind of lined up like that. These arms are going to come down and end up making the front of the vehicle, of course. There's a little tab slot right there. That's where this is going to tab into. Go ahead and take the hand, fold that inwards, and then get this tabbed into that slot like that. This panel is going to fold backwards and sit back here. So same thing on this side. Take this, rotate this in, and this is going to tab into the bottom. Fold this forward, fold the hand inwards, and then take this panel and fold that back. Alright, we're going to take the wheel, and I believe the smaller wheel is for the front, so make sure you get the right wheel. See, this wheel is a little bit bigger. That's going to basically fit right in between these two arms, and then squeeze that together, obviously, and that's going to be the front. Should look something like that. These handlebars, you can kind of just fold them up and get them in a position. It doesn't really matter, but have them something like that. And then these horns are supposed to fit through, I think, but again, this is something I don't like when the fitment is that tight, but I believe these are supposed to work their way up and out of here so that they kind of poke through. But all right, let's finish this off. So go ahead and take the feet, fold those up, and take these legs, fold them all the way forward on the knees, 90 degrees. These are going to come and tab into the bottom here. So get this tabbed in here. There's a little slot right in the bottom of the foot. So get that lined up. And then take this piece here, and this is going to tab in to the side of this panel. So you have two tabs there holding that in. Right, same on this side. Try to show you again. Go ahead and take this, fold this down, tab the toe, and then tab this into the side. That kind of holds that all together. Take this wheel. This is going to fit back here, obviously. And it might be easier if you do this before you tab all that in. Not the way I did it. And that kind of finishes that off. And then the last piece here, you can take this, and this can just sit and plug into the back here. Like that. Fold these saddlebags down. Make sure you get these squeezed in. And then you can take the kickstand there and set those up. That'll allow you to stand up the bike. And there is Junkheap in his motorcycle mode. Really good looking. Similar to Wreck-Gar. You got the nice fairing there. Little brown headlight. You got the handlebars here with the brakes and the accelerator. Little dials in there. They're not, detailed or anything, but you just see them. They're sculpted in. These horns do have to make their way up there. I'm glad they're bendy, but I just don't like the fact that you have to kind of twist the plastic. Get a little gas cap here. Here I have a little bit of paint, extra paint here that doesn't belong. But pretty nice seat here. You got the nice saddlebags, storage back here. If you close up the kickstands there, you can roll on these bumpy spiked tires, so that's kind of cool. You can also lean it to one side. Whatever. I mean, it's nice. I like the look of the bike mount. Now you can, if you put these kickstands down, we can take a character. Now I only have Optimus here, so you can get them sorta riding, kinda, sorta. Be better with a smaller character, obviously. This guy's a little too big, and also Optimus doesn't make any sense, but he can ride on the bike. It makes more sense with a smaller character. So final thoughts on the Studio Series 86 Junkheap. Let's start with the positives. I think the paint and sculpt on this guy looks really good. It really nailed the look of Junkheap in both the robot and vehicle mode. There are some little gaps here and there, like in the inner thighs, but overall, pretty well done, not too much waffles on this guy. I also like the deco, the paint, the accessories, everything all fits the character very well. I do wish the gun was a little separate piece, but I guess it's good enough and accurate enough, so that works. But it does feel a little bit cheap. Overall, I do like the vehicle mode. I think it looks good. And articulation is pretty much the same as what we got with Wreck-Gar, so not too bad. Negatives-wise, I do have a couple of little paint mishaps, a little scrape here, some extra paint there. I showed you in the motorcycle mode. But paint looks good overall, just some little things here and there. And then the A stance I mentioned earlier, the detents on these are pretty wide, so you end up with a very wide stance if you're posing them like that. The knees also tend to, the hips also tend to move too easily. I think this joint is not tight enough where you've got to ratchet this way. I would have preferred to ratchet this way and not out to the side. So that's just kind of a weird choice there by Hasbro. But ultimately, I do recommend it. I think it's a good fit into the Studio Series 86 line. I don't think they're going to make any more. It seems like Wreck-Gar and Junkheap are the main characters, and they're probably not going to make the rest. But who knows? We'll see how far they go with that Studio Series 86. I do recommend it, especially if you're collecting the Studio Series 86. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.